introduce the terrific ranking member of, the Rules Committee. Louise Slaughter has been a champion of these years.
Oh, thank you so much. Good morning. I'm delighted to be here with my friends this morning. We have sort of reached the boiling point. And I want to say to you, because none of you look particularly interested in what we're doing up here, that this is really an important piece of work we're talking about here today, because democracy is under threat. What has happened in this place week after week in the House of Representatives is nothing short of legislative malpractice. The Congress of the United States used to be the gold standard of legislatures. And we went by Jefferson's manuals year after year after year, Congress after Congress, doing what we could in making this the most incredible country on earth. And now what are we doing? I want to give you numbers. I'm going to be brief and talk about it. What happened yesterday to Ranking Member Cummings, this is the first time I think that ranking members have gotten together to complain. What happened was so outrageous, so demeaning, so unjudicial, so awful in every respect that we just absolutely have reached the boiling point. I have been up for it, and you all, if you pay attention at all to rules, which is a pretty powerful committee, you know that I've been telling you for years here, the last 2 years anyway, that every week we are here, the estimated cost, please write this down, the estimated cost of running the House of Representatives for 1 week is $24 million. Okay? Now, the first 33 times that we voted to kill the health care bill, it took 80 hours of legislative work and cost about $48 million. So it's gone way beyond that now. What happened, you've heard about the IRS, was that all the money that they have been spent for nothing. Because we don't do legislation that is intended to ever become law in this land, and I think secretly many of them are glad for that, but because we come here, 435 of us are brought here every week to do what basically amounts to a press release. Please pay some attention to that. The public needs to know. If you have a House of Representatives that talks about nothing but cost, nothing but spending, that will take away food stamps, that thinks it's immoral to help with unemployment insurance, but is throwing money away by the buckets full on a useless legislative process here that goes nowhere, and they don't want it to. Now, last election, 1.4 million people more voted Democrat than Republican for the House of Representatives. When we get all the closed bills that we get from the Rules Committee, I want you to realize what that means. That means that half the population of the United States, their representatives, are not going to have amendments. Whatever they may want on the bill, whatever they may want to do is not going to be considered. You call that democracy? Please, for goodness sake, think about what is happening here. We're going to come back next week, and we're going to take some old bills out of the Judiciary Committee, John, and try again to humiliate in whatever way they can the President of the United States, to try to insinuate that the man is a lawbreaker. I mean, we have sunk to such a low when it comes to legislation. Yesterday, and I want every last one of you to have a piece of it, we put in the record 50 pieces of legislation crying out for attention. But we do the same thing over and over and over again. It's almost gotten to the point where we could stay home and somebody could just go in a room and put repeat on the record player and have it all over again. It is full of sound and fury, meaning nothing. And they want it that way. It is to stimulate their base, whatever it is. But for goodness sakes, every week it's let's destroy the EPA. And I know you've seen this. All regulation is bad, they say. So that all the things that we worked for all these years so that you could breathe clean air, drink clean water, eat safe food, all that means absolutely nothing. And so that's why we're here today. We have got to get the public aroused, that the public knows what is happening here. Nothing. Nothing. And for reasons that I really cannot understand, all of you who are so brilliant, and I read you every day, and never take my eyes off the news. I haven't even been able to read a book in 2 years because I have to watch what you guys are doing all the time. Never say a word about it. Not a thing. You may say, most unproductive Congress in history and all if you go on to another direction. Think what the money that is being wasted here week after week to make a political statement is costing us, not just in terms of infrastructure, education, health care, but what it's costing to our self-respect and the way we look to the rest of the people in this world. And so I'm so happy to be here today. I feel really liberated somewhat today that we're saying, we pay attention here. We need everybody to know exactly what's going on here. We're doing our part. We all show up. We go through the motions, but Jefferson's manual is absolutely not a part of what we're doing here. And Abraham Lincoln's adage can be proved again once more. You can fool some of the people all of the time. A strong press paying attention to the government helps us not to be doing that. Thank you very much.